For those that don't know me, I'm Virginia Walton, and I'm an executive burnout coach helping women in risk management use the tools that they use all day to help manage their own risk and avoid stress, overwhelm, and hopefully burnout. Thank you for joining me today for Are You Living in Alignment with Your Values? I know I kind of set this up quickly, a little different than I normally do, but I was too excited to wait. So I am, first, let me disclose the tool I'm going to be using for the next month. I did not create. It is called Core Values Journal, and it is by Best Self Company. I've used some of their other tools before, and I found them helpful. And if you've listened to any of my talks in the past, you may have heard some of the ones where I talk about listening to that little voice, whether it's your intuition, your gut, um, the signs from the universe or whatever your higher power belief system is. And we all know a couple of weeks ago, right, was Amazon Prime Day. And, many retailers offered comparable type sales and promotions to compete with that. Best Self Company was one of them, and they offered this Core Values Journal. And I realized as we're heading into August, typically we may not stop and realize that this is a time of preparation. I know for me it is, and for many of you it may be as well. Wrapping up summer vacations, getting the kids ready for school. Here in Northwest New Jersey, there's still probably about 4 more weeks before the kids go back to school, whereas I know my former colleagues and friends in North Florida, they might only have a week or two before the kids are going back. But having grown up in this area, I always think of summer as from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And, I've been coaching in our youth field hockey program this will be my 12th season. So this time of year is about preparing for the season, preparing for the kids coming back into school, preparing for the start of the CCD year that'll come into play in September as well, right? So we're all kind of preparing to kind of get back to our more normal, regular routines, that run during the school year. Even if we don't have children, many of us, our lives change, even outside my community activities, the traffic pattern changed. So I had to adjust my morning routine when school went back. So I realized we really are preparing or wrapping things up. And that means if we're in a season of preparation, it means as the school year starts and as September comes and summer officially ends, we're back into a new season and a period of new beginning, right? So I thought, what a great way to get ready for this period of new beginning by making sure I'm starting this new year in alignment with my values, right? You may be very familiar with your employer's own value statements, and, you may make sure your activities are in alignment there, but we know our values, but we don't make a concerted effort to make sure that we are actually not just living, right? Like most of us, you have values like don't steal, don't cheat, don't break the law, so forth, be kind, be giving. And so you act to those every day, but it's just kind of in the back of our mind. And we only stop and really think about it when we're not in alignment and something doesn't feel right, rather than making sure we are proactively keeping them at the forefront, just like a company does with posters and marketing collateral around the office and on websites and on, the swag. We need to put that same effort in our own lives so that we're not likely to wind up in that feeling of, oh, this isn't right, or this hasn't felt right. So this journal I purchased has a number of activities to help create that alignment. And I like to think I know my values pretty well, but as I'm getting ready for this new season, I want to make sure that I'm being more thoughtful, because the more thoughtful we are about something, the greater our success, the more focused we are, the greater alignment, the more productive we'll be, right? Because we're not spending time fighting those feelings. So I'm not going to do all of them. As I flipped through, I saw some that I'm like, oh, that just doesn't feel right for me. But I'm going to share with you these exercises. We'll do one a week. So it's not too heavy, right? It's kind of light, as selfishly for myself, right? I need a little break of being creative. So I thought, what a great win. I have no idea how this exercise is going to go out, right? So I'm being completely candid. This is not my tool. I've never done this before, but I'm going to share this journey with you over the next few weeks and let you see how it comes. And hopefully maybe some will opt to join me along the way, and you'll get some benefit as we do this together. Or you'll be like, wow, that was a bust, Virginia. So I really don't know. That's why I said this isn't me trying to sell some new program. It's me. I'm going to share with you live, so to speak, over the next 4 weeks as we go through some of these exercises, as I will. So you'll see, I'll share with you my values and how I'm feeling, and we'll go through this together. And as always, if as we're moving through it, something you're like, hey, I'm trying this, reach out. We're in this together, right? That's the whole point. So give some thought. I'm thinking, like I said, this is really completely live and off the cuff. I'm not reading from a script or prepared, like a little more prepared than I normally do. So I'm thinking I'm going to change, and instead of coming to you on Wednesdays, maybe we'll start on Mondays or Fridays to either see how we move through the week, or maybe we'll come twice a week and I'll share with you. So, if you've been feeling like, you know what, something just doesn't feel in alignment, if something feels off internally, join me. Let's do this together. It's important in all aspects, right? Companies align to missions and value statements, and some do it really well, and they really live that, and some not as well. And, I'm not being critical of them. It just is what it is. But those who live in alignment tend to have greater success. I've read books when they highlighted Costco as comparing to GE. And I apologize, I cannot remember the name of the book. When we went through the Great Recession, not that long ago in our own lifetime, while they're not the same size, and when you apply the results, but you scale it to make them equitable, Costco had better results. Because whereas many companies, as we went through that recession, and we know we might be going through one again in the very near future, they cut. They had to reduce costs. And we get that. We understand that. We're business people. We know we don't like it. We don't like to have to deliver those messages. We certainly don't like to be the one, getting the message. But from a business perspective, you understand it intellectually, right? Emotionally is another story. Costco did the opposite. They actually increased their employee wages because they knew they were struggling financially, so they were trying to help them. And in the end, their not only were their engagement scores probably much better, and their retention, which is important because at the end of the day, that leads to dollars and cents, and we know that. But their economic results were better, right? Numbers for numbers, they don't look the same, but they're not the same size. So you got to adjust to make it an equitable comparison. And that example stuck with me. So if you think about your own success, truly living to your values, however you define success, right? Public companies, it's the shareholder return, right? You don't have stockholders in you. You have people that love and care about you and that you love and care about. So how you define success may be different, but if you're living in alignment with your values, your likelihood of achieving greater success, however you define, improves than if you're not aligned. So I hope you will join me over the next few weeks as we make sure that we together we're in alignment And like I said, as always, drop me a note. I'm here to help. My purpose in life is to help others succeed. You know, I'm a firm believer that to whom much is given, much is expected. So you're in this together, and we'll see where this goes. I have no idea. So I'm kind of excited and a little nervous because I might wind up with egg on my face. So which might be enough reason to watch just because you need a good laugh before you get into the craziness of the new school year and crazy traffic patterns that change and running kids to fall sports and all that fun stuff that goes along with it, right? So with that, be well. Have a wonderful weekend. And we'll get started next week with making sure we are living in alignment with our values. And we'll make this powerful shift together. I'm really excited to share my personal journey with you so that hopefully you will benefit from it as well. All right. Remember, I'm Virginia Walton. Check out my website, virginiawalton.com, for more vlogs and videos that give you a little bit more information than this one today did, other than what this exciting opportunity that we're going to share over the next few weeks. With that, be well.